Production's not easy, as we all know, and it's a pretty crazy environment, and it's changing. So we're going to try and keep you guys a little bit up to date. But first, I come from over 13 years in the industry, and I've been working for a very long time. My co-founder Armin, who's here. So we've lived the struggles. We've been there with you guys, and we've really truly believed that for a very long time that it doesn't have to be this way, and it doesn't have to be hard. So we're really leading the charge, and that's why Armin and I with Cinecore are here at ground zero solving this problem. We want this to be simple. We believe this can be simple, but we built it for the entire crew. So instead of starting with a certain feature set and then building out, the problem we were solving to begin with was production communication and getting documents, files, and getting people to communicate and collaborate simply. That was the whole goal. So from there, we've built out into features, but the communication is fast, it's simple, mobile, which was really, really important. It was designed to solve productions management problems. That was the initial goal. We have easy unlimited file storage and one-click sharing. So there's no more upload time on Dropbox and then download time on the end user. There's upload time, but it's in the database. When you decide that you want to share it with somebody, it's just automatically there. They have access to it. We're permission-based. We have crew announcements and messaging. We're trying to get people off of email and off of texting, keeping them in the app, keeping them engaged, keeping their eyeballs on what's important, so that when you're sending new information, they're getting it right there in their pockets. We have digital crew lists, we have locations, and then we have call times as well, and all of those are linked with push notifications and announcements, and we're doing this all in one simple app. So I'm excited to show you guys. I'm going to have to switch out of the screen here. So here we're in a show called The Gates at Gladstone's. We've got our last crew announcement that's up at the top. This is our dashboard where all the crew members come into it first. So we have our today's documents. This is where, and it doesn't have to be scripted specific. This is for reality, any type of news broadcast, sports reporting, anywhere that you have a shooting crew working on location or off-site from the production office that can be managed. Simply and easily. So I literally you saw me, I just logged into the app. I'm going to show you how fast we can go back between the call sheet, our prelim. I'll go into our sides. We can roll through our sides. You notice that I have my name watermarked across the document. We have one-click watermarking with the software. So you simply, the production coordinator would choose watermarking, and it grabs everybody's username and puts it across these documents, so I couldn't screenshot this and get it out. We've got some other fun. So today at a glance, production coordinator can simply put in a quick rundown. They're always getting that was one of the biggest things when we were talking to the coordinators. They were like, everybody's always asking us, where's lunch, So just simple, easy information the crew can get right here at a touch. We've got our schedules, full strip boards. This is all loading live. In fact, I'm on the Wi-Fi network. I'm on the AT&T network, not the hotel's Wi-Fi. So you can see how fast we can get this information and quickly. We've got our whole crew list. So it's generated by people who join the show. So they keep their information current and up to date. And a neat thing about Cinecore is we remember every show that you've been on. So if several years from now you were like, I really like that one, writer, or I really like that one grip guy, and I want to get a hold of him, you can go back through your past crew list, and we've saved it digitally, and they're updating the information on their end, so you always know it's current. So here we can go into, all the email is linkable, all the phones are easily accessed. You can message straight from directly within Cinecore. But you guys get it. So all the crew list is digitally aggregated. Crew announcements. So you can blast announcements to individuals, to groups, and if you have permission, you can blast to the entire cast and crew. Cinecore is a permission-based system. So there's no more building of email distro lists or having to create different groups to send out different information to. You simply go in, and I'll show you on the desktop, who has access to what information, and then as you add that, they either can or don't have to access that, or won't be able to access that. And then rounding everything out on the bottom here is our call time and our location. The location is a link. So here we're shooting on the Sony lot, and I want to go to the crew parking. It'll automatically launch Google Maps and take me straight there to crew parking. So it's a great, great feature for your crew to get to where they're going and fast. And let's say that you do have some day players or people that you don't need in the system. I can simply say shares today's location, and I can choose to email or message. I'll just make it a message. And it puts crew parking and the actual shooting location, all of the links to that, and I can simply blast this out to my day player and get them the information, you know, the where and when, the important, necessary information. Now, we can be logged into several projects at once. We know that as you're finishing one show, we're often getting coordinating materials for the next project that we're working on. So I can switch and join, or I can be a part of several projects. Here we are. I'm going to jump to my other show called Tropheum. And you see, like literally in an instant, everything changed. The app is now full with completely different information. Oh, I forgot to go into file sharing, you guys. That's an important part. So again, just like the dashboard desktops, we're flipping between completely different documents that are in our file sharing. It's so fast. Here we're going to load photos. We can zoom in. We can scan between photos. Again, this is happening live. There's another neat feature. So as we know that several different departments often reference the continuity pictures. So I took some photos earlier of the event. Where is it? Okay. So you know what? This is a great photo. We got some good photos here. So I'm going to upload those into our photos area. And I could drop them in right from set. So done, just like that. Those photos are now there. And what I can do is go into points. So I could share this now with somebody right from set. So the on-set dresser could be taking pictures, continuity stuff, makeup, wardrobe, anybody like that. I can share this now with Joseph, Armin's son, who's very young and doesn't know he's a part of our, our user group. We keep using all his emails. So now that pops up in shared with me. The writers have shared this with me. So now that pops up on his end. There's no, again, no download time on his end. He just has access now. We're allowing him permissions. So some really neat stuff we can do with file storage. Again, and anything that was created in another document or another source, it'll just open the native creator of that document. But anything that's a PDF automatically shows within Cinecore, very fast and very simple, like you see here. Scripts we have in the drawer, literally this is a half-hour script that just loaded. Very, very fast. We've worked really hard on the pulling of information because we know that speed and time for the crews to get this information is really, really important. So I'm going to jump out of our demo here, and I'm going to show you guys. So the desktop app is free for the crew. All of this, the mobile is free for the crew. The desktop is free for the crew. So they can download it from our website, from the iTunes store, and then production pays a small fee per user for each crew member, and it's prorated. So you can swell up in size during pre-production. You have maybe 15, 20 people working out of the office. All of a sudden, production, you're swelling up, and then in post, you're swelling back down. So we just keep tabs on how many days each of those people worked out of the month. We do all the math for you. And you're only charged for the people that are using the software. And it does get cheaper as you go. So, but I'm going to show you what the dashboard here looks like. So again, we can open our same documents, and they're watermarked just like you saw them before. And super fast. Again, an entire script has just loaded right here. We have our crew list is over here. We have shortcuts. It's searchable by title, role, first name, last name. We have an expanded crew list that it shows up a little bit more in the traditional format that we're used to seeing. You saw Today at a Glance. We have our announcements that you can blast out to the crew. and 2 individuals over here. We have our call time in the middle. And importantly, our weather information is being pulled from the shooting location where the location manager has put in, or the production coordinator has put in the location for today. We have the file storage that you saw earlier, files that are shared with me, files that I have stored in the producers department, or executive producers department, and I can simply one-click share those with anybody that's on the show as well, fast and simple. Like I mentioned before, permissions are the heart of the system. So here's Joseph Armin's son again. I can decide what he can view, and then I also can decide what he can edit or upload. So he can't add today's documents, he can't add today at a glance, he can't add crew announcements to the entire crew. So we can simply choose, and when we change or alter these settings, it happens within a few seconds. So it's really great. And so on the dashboard, you see I have a little plus sign here. That means I can sort of add all of these documents and edit this. And affectionately, we call it God status. The show creator has the ability to add to anything. But then you gift those permissions out to a production coordinator or somebody else, because obviously we don't want you to have to upload everything yourself. And we thought that our location managers were going to be entering in locations, but it was actually just our coordinators. It was so much easier for them. When we enter in a new location, it's just the address. It's really fast and really simple. And if we've been there before, if we're going back to another spot that we've been in the past, they're already preloaded for the show on where we've been. Here we have our P for crew parking, we have our base camp, and our shooting location all listed here. We can even go into Street View right from the app, and we're pulling weather information. So locations is very, very cool and very key. And again, it's the where, the when, and then what do we need to bring that's important to your crew. So the where is a big, big part. And we have all of our locations listed out, and we even counted for company moves. I'm going to keep moving because we're running out of time. Managed user, inviting people to the system is very, very simple. So let's say I wanted to add a new coordinator or an APOC. I simply need their first name and their email. And the only reason we want the email is because it's going to send them an invite, a unique invite specifically for them. And when they log into Cinecore for the first time, they don't even need to paste a code. When they log in with that same email account, they're automatically dropped into this, into the department that you invited them into, under the role that you invited them as. We can choose their different titles and the roles here in this show. And they'll be invited to a precise point in the system. Now that they're a part of the production coordinator's department, they'll have access to the file sharing for that department as well. So there's some really neat things that are automatically happening in the background and made very simple by all of the work that we've done. So, and we even, you guys saw locations, and we even added catering menu. It's really funny, we got a write-up a couple of years ago from Variety, and of all the great things that we were doing, and to make this whole giant monster and problem solve this big mess that we have called production, they highlighted the fact that we had a catering menu available to the crew, which is really funny. But I guess it goes to show people think through their stomachs, and we're fine with that. So you can post, caterers can post menus based on the days that were posted from the locations. So they don't need to create any days. Location manager or the production coordinator has already done that. So we're piggybacking on work that's already been done, and we can simply upload a PDF of today's menu, or you can gift this permission to your caterer as well. They can upload a PDF on their end, and you don't have to touch it at all. So a lot of fun things we're building in. I do want to give you guys enough time for Q&A, so I guess we can open the floor. Anybody have any questions?
Any questions? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Hi. I just want to say your name and where you work and your question.
My name is Daniel. How much does it cost? It sounds really useful, actually. How much does it cost?
Thank you.
So like I use Dropbox, for example, and I pay a service for it, and it's really helpful because I can load string outs and rough cuts and final cuts, and I mean all that sounds really useful. is it like a monthly service, or how does that work?
So it's subscription-based, but it's paid for by the production company, not the crew members. So it's free for all the cast and crew. And then the production company, it starts out at $8 a user per month. I don't know if you can read it that well. And it actually gets cheaper. So it's completely scalable, which is great. We wanted, you know, the value is in the communication and the collaboration. So we wanted, you know, short film projects or student films to be able to use it, as well as mega features with 300 plus crew members. So you just add people in departments. It's completely scalable. It's so easy. So yes, we wanted to make it available to everybody and at a really, really affordable price. We wanted, you know, everybody to, their reactions to be, this is so simple and why not? The biggest reason we did this, and we fought so hard for so many years, is because we want it to be simple. We've lived the struggles too. So this is for you guys. Congrats. Thank you for letting us show today. And then we also have demos at the back table. You want to play with the apps and everything. It's a lot of fun. So thank you guys again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.